His daddy's dead. What is that? Is that a train? Are you playing the game? So, host, are you gonna start us off with an introduction?
Oh shit. All right, let's get started.
Let's get started.
Yeah,
7 o'clock on the dot.
let's get started. Let's get started. It's a wonderful day. Yeah, it's in the day.
Is it
I
just
don't
us
know.
tonight? Where's everybody else?
I guess they be getting on in a minute. If they do, they do. If they don't, that's
They
on
don't.
them. If you invited people, then whoever get on that you invited. But it was it was a good welcome everyone. Once again, this is your guy. Who am I? Beefy McFly. That one, the host with the most that does more than you can do in one day. Then you might think I'm in the military. But I'm just your guy. I'm just your guy of guys that just does my thing. And over the weekend, for some of those who did check out the YouTube page, that you seen that there was a performance that I was hosting. That I was hosting and out at the Barbary Coast of San Francisco. It was a good event. It had many people came out to the puffin party that was thrown by the tycoon and hosted by himself, myself, yours truly, the one, the only, Biffy McFly. Yeah, I had to take a bow for that, you know what I'm saying? Because I was pretty mafia and magnificent and doing an unexpected gig. But that's how life goes at times. You got to be ready at a moment's notice to just jump in and grab that vine and get your Tarzan on. So it was my son performed, of course, Big Money D Bands. He did his thing.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
did good. I reposted it.
there was another guy named De Niro who was pretty good. It was one who had some good flows named Max Steez. He was nice. Also, it was this other cat. I don't know if there was a group or it just took by themselves, but to go by No Morals.
Oh, okay.
Uh, these other guys, there was Ooses and some brothers. That one of
You
them,
said some ooses?
yeah, uh,
Okay.
the one main rapper, what his name was, Loud Pack Mac.
Okay.
The Loud Pack Mac had some shit, some little groovy shit, and had a couple of a conscious rapper named Light Shine. You know what I'm saying? Because he shining a light on things. He was a conscious rapper.
Okay.
And,
Okay.
and he had another cat named Dig'em.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? Like the Dig'em Smacks. Uh, uh, and DJ EG. He was on the ones and the twos doing playing some good music in between the sets. So, and like I said, give another shout out to the Barbary Coast for being the people that let the venue let it happen. They the owners of the venue, and if the puffin party, you guys more need to come out because it was a lot in the air, a lot in the air. All natural smoking because they don't allow tobaccos in there. And for the people that like dabbing, you could rent a bong or I mean a dab. You know, one of your little dabber utensils. They had different ones people could rent. It's a good end. They give you papers. You don't even have to buy papers, but you can buy papers. They got different amounts of tree, and they also had specials because of the show that was going on. You could buy a if you bought an eighth of the certain brand of tree, you also got a gram of some blue dream for $1.
Okay.
So that's their little hook they had for you. You know, it is what it is. It was a nice and nice, good vibes and good music. Like I said, it wasn't nothing bad, nothing harmful, nothing treacherous.
Okay. Well, yeah, I'm sorry I wasn't under the weather and I missed it. I have to catch the next one. Hopefully they'll be doing more
Yeah, that's
in the
supposedly being
future.
worked on, and if things come, see what happens. You know, that's gonna
Mhm.
be. It's a nice venue. They got pool tables. It's a good little thing for a person to, even if you don't have an event, especially if you bring a person who's out of towner, because you could go in there and you could smoke your pot. You know, you can't do that in many places. So you take an out of towner out here to the city of Frisco and go to the Barbary Coast and have you a cool little date night.
Not a date night, but I feel
Yeah, you
you.
can have that can be part of your date night. Y'all go sit back at the lounge, smoke some music, listen to some real fine, different type of music because they have comedy shows there. They have all
Okay.
kind of yeah, they have all kind of shit there. They have all kind of all kind of acts going on up in there.
Well, that's what's up. That's
So
always what's up.
like I said, that's a date night thing for those. You know, people like to smoke weed and don't want to have to be in your house, and you want to go out and have a good time and still partake in the herbal. You might as well go and do that.
All right, that's true. That is true.
So the NBA finals is going to be starting pretty soon, and the finals is going to be Oklahoma versus Indiana Pacers.
Okay, go ahead, Pacers.
So
As you know, my daddy was, my family's from Indiana, so gotta roll with the Pacers.
okay, the cheapest ticket to get into the building for game one. How much you think the lowest price ticket is? No. Game one in Indy. Where's the game one? Is in Oklahoma. Game one. The lowest ticket I'm seeing right now is $500.
Oh wow, that's too rich for my blood. I think I got a family member that works at the Pacers arena. I'd have to get some Pacers love because I ain't got no $900 for nobody, and it's probably
Now,
Indiana.
to get close to the floor
I don't need to be. You can put
is
me
twelve
wherever.
hundred dollars.
I just want to be in the building.
They got some nosebleed seats for $1,300. Fools is crazy. Yeah, some of these people selling some good tickets for reasonable. I want to see how much. Who's the ballers? How much the floor seats cost? Only a G? Oh no. Row D, camera side, section 115 on the floor. $19,000,
Oh
189.
no.
That's the so you can get in there for 500, be all the way up top, or if you got your paper right, 20 bands.
I wouldn't. You know what? Even if I had a spare 20 bands, I would not utilize that money for a sporting event. I'm sorry. I know that there be some uh, history making and
And then
performances during these games and things that can occur. But I'm sorry, I would not want to spend 20 bands on a sporting event for anybody. No, no Beyonce tickets, no nothing. No, I'm a cheapie. $37 is about it. When you start talking about $50 for something, I'd be like, I don't know. I might have to sit this one out, friend.
now as we for game one in Indiana, which will be game three, the first game at the Pacers. And I'm on Tick Picks, ladies and gentlemen. There ain't no sponsorship or whatever, but just giving you the real price. The lowest tickets I see for Tick Picks, and this is going in a quantity of twos, or even they got some single seats. The lowest ticket in Indiana in section 200, that's the highs, that's the nosebleeds. They say where the real fans are. $769.
That's,
764 is the lowest.
that's still too much for my budget.
And let's see what the camera side floor, section 16. Ooh, row 2. They got row 13, row 16. Row 8, 22,000
Yeah, they tripping.
out
They
there.
are
Indiana,
tripping.
22,000. That's going to be a Mike Epps seat. Or somebody who's with the Jacksons, a Janet or somebody.
Do they even come back to Indiana?
Huh?
2100 Jackson Street. Do they even come back to Indiana?
Shit. I don't know. I'm just saying that's where they from.
I
Everybody go
know.
back to where because
So
this is a
maybe
history making finals.
I see.
Neither team has
Has
ever
been.
won the championship.
Oh, okay.
And then if I'm not correct, but let me check here. I think Indiana, the Pacers, was a ABA team, which they came into the merger back in the day. You know what I'm saying? They used to play in a different league where yeah, they was American Basketball Association, the ABA. That was the league you might have been too little, but the ball was red, white, and blue, the basketball.
You said too little. Nigga, I'm like, maybe I probably was.
So
I was
yeah,
about to talk some shit, but
stop it. You was too little. You little years because when you know, there was they stopped playing the ABA in like I think late 70 or something. And, then they went to merge with the NBA. I think with the Sixers and a couple of other teams. Uh, so but so it was the Denver Nuggets. The ABA merger in '76, the Pacers was one of the four teams alongside the Denver Nuggets, the New York Nets, and the San Antonio Spurs to join the NBA from the ABA. So the Pacers never won it, and the Thunder haven't won it since they've been in Oklahoma, but they once when they was in Seattle as the Sonics. They won it in 1978. So it will be history for either team if they win. It will be really more history for Indiana because they are underdogs 7-1. So Vegas act like it's not going to be no competition. That OKC is just going to run through them.
Right.
Now, the NBA doesn't do a real good job of advertising these young players because they so focused on LeBron and Kawhi Leonard and the more established. But like this young guy SGA for OKC, he averages like 30 something points a game. He's the MVP this year. And he has maybe one or two commercials.
And this is who again?
Huh?
This is who again?
Shay Gilchrist Alexander. They call him SGA.
Oh, okay. I think I heard of him.
He's the star of Oklahoma, right? And there's a couple of people there's people out there talking that if Oklahoma wins the title this season, that makes these players better than Durant and all of them. And I'm like, I don't see that. You would have to, but I understand that means you got further than what Durant and them could do because they couldn't win it. They didn't win the title. So now this man has been putting up 29.8 points a game, basically just say 30 in the playoffs, in 16 playoff games. That's what SGA is averaging.
Oh, okay.
5.7 rebounds, 6.9 assists. I might as well just say 7. We're gonna round everything up or round down, depending. 2 turnovers, and then the second best player on the team is either Jay Williams or Chet Holmgren. Jay Williams averaged 20 points, 5 to 6 rebounds. They got he damn near the same stature than Holmgren. He's a 7-footer. He's a big dude. He's kind of thin, and used to play for Gonzaga in college.
Oh,
He
okay.
averages 16 and 9 rebounds, 2 blocks,
Okay.
and they just beat you up. They're vicious. Then they got the half black white boy Isaiah Hartenstein. You think he's white, but he's actually a Negro. His daddy's black.
Okay.
But you see, and that's nothing. Leave it alone. He averages 9.2 points, about 8 rebounds, and a block. Then they got the bench with Caruso, averages 8 points. Dude named Lou Dort, who averages 8 points. Another cat averages 6, and then Wallace comes in with 5, and then Isaiah Joe with another 5 points. So they got a pretty cool bench. They all play a lot of defense though. So, and from when I didn't watch a little bit of their games, OKC plays a very defensive savagery. They beat you up. They beat you up. They beat you up, and then SGA ends up getting damn near 10 free throw shots a game. He be killing them at the line.
It
So
sounds like it. You said he's a. You said this nigga hella tall, right? Or that was that other dude, the
that's
little.
Shea is like 6'5" or 6'6". He's a 2 guard. He's the point guard. But
Okay.
that was talking about hella tall is like Isaiah Hartenstein and Chet Holmgren. Chet
Okay.
Holmgren's damn near 7 foot, if
Oh
not seven
shit.
foot.
Okay. He just
See,
be
and
up there
then
reaching them.
like for the postseason, for the let's look at the Indiana stats. Who's leading them in points is not their best player. Is Pascal Siakam. He's their most dominating player, but he's not their best player. The best player is Tyrese Halliburton. He's more of an all around. But Pascal Siakam is like the heart. You know, if he's doing good, the team should win. And you know, he averages 21 points, about 6 rebounds, a lot of heart. He plays hard. Then you got Tyrese Halliburton, who's a all around natural point guard. So he do a lot of passing. So he gets a lot of his flame. He's like a Magic Johnson, John Stockton type of point guard. You know,
Oh, okay.
he gets to the open man and shit like that. He'll rebound. He averages 5.7 rebounds. He's averaging in the playoffs 9.8 assists. So let's just say 10. He's averaging about 10 assists a game.
That's good.
You know, and then as we 1 second. How's it going, Tycoon? I see you're in the building.
I'm nothing much, man. Chilling. You know how everybody doing?
Good. How are you doing?
Can't complain.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
I'm just running through these stats of this NBA finals, doing the preview of the finals that's going to start on Thursday. And I just went through OKC. I'll go back through them later on the big differences of the teams I was explaining. Now, OKC is a lot about SGA and defense. You know,
Right.
they play a vicious style of defense. Does OKC, but now like I was saying about these Indiana Pacers. What's happening, Creep? Welcome to the Booster Take Show. Uh, the Pacers, they highest scoring player is not their best player. Their highest scoring player is their second best player, but he's like their heart. You know what I'm saying? He's their he's a it's Pascal Siakam. He's like 6'10" or something. He plays power forward. He's averaged 21 points, 6 rebounds, and a half a block a game. But their best player is Tyrese Halliburton, who's, as I was explaining to Lady Lex, his offensive style is like Magic Johnson or John Stockton, Steve Nash type. Pass first point guard, not about the scoring, not Jalen Brunson, not Steph Curry style. You give me, he's an older school style player. And he averages around 19 points a game, 18, 19 points, 5 rebounds, and a 10 assists because he be dishing. Then Miles Turner averages 15. He's another big dude. He's a big son of y'all. He averages 15 and he be banging. They got Neesmith, another scrappy. He's a scrappy guy that you don't have to run plays for. He does a lot of the garbage stuff. He grabs loose balls and gets scores, and he has a deadly 3-pointer. Now, Nimhard, he's a little bit different. He's more of he's a defenser. He's like a defensive magnet. And I don't really know about too much of they cats off the bench except for the dude that used to play for New York named Obi Toppin. And the only reason I know about Toppin because he was in the dunk contest and I just liked the name and he didn't want me a couple of dollars on the prize picks. But shit going like that. And the only like I said, the way how Vegas has this is that the Pacers is going to get blasted every game. That's how Vegas have them. Vegas have them 7-1 underdog. The last time odds was this high, and the team that was the underdog that won was the 2000 2000 something Pistons that had Chauncey, Rasheed Wallace, Rip Hamilton, Tayshaun Prince, and Ben Wallace.
Okay.
So basically, it's saying that it's possible, but Pacers gonna get blasted. Anyone thoughts?
Hey, Creep, how you doing?
I'm
I didn't
good. How
get.
about yourself?
I'm doing good. I didn't get the chance to say hi because the host was running down the facts for us. I didn't want to
Oh, okay.
interrupt.
Nah, it's all good. It's all good. How you been?
I've been good.
Okay, okay. Yeah, I'm just like running hella errands and shit right now. That's why I was a little bit late getting on the show. But hey, I'm still kind of in traffic. But now it's all good. And and in my opinion, by the way, beef, I don't really see Indiana beating OKC.
You don't see Indiana have. You don't think they got a chance? No, not even a shooter's chance.
Nah, I don't think so. I mean, I think it. I think they gonna win a couple games, but I mean, shit. OKC running on all cylinders right now.
You saying OKC is Jacob Fatu?
Yep.
They all
All
gas,
gas, no
no
brakes.
brakes.
Yep. But now I am looking forward to a good series, though.
I will hope so because the conference finals was garbage. Minnesota did not put up a good fight, and Indiana has been the upset the whole playoffs. They wasn't supposed to beat Cleveland. They were supposed to got eliminated in round one. They
Uh,
wasn't supposed to beat Milwaukee, and they wasn't supposed to beat New York.
That's what I was gonna say. As far as sometimes the underdogs, it's different when you, especially in the playoffs too, because like you said, some of those teams, as you saw, you know, if they got star players. Normally, they star players is burnt out. You know what I mean? And then, like you said, it comes out to okay, the rest of the team. It comes down to good coaching, and like you said, everything running on all cylinders. But sometimes it's like the underdog be that much more hungrier. So
Mm-hmm.
like you said, it'd probably be a good one because they gonna come out. They gonna try to take a lead because they gonna try to keep going off the momentum that they've been having. You know what I'm saying? So the first 3 games or whatever 4 games is gonna be hella interesting, but then it's gonna get down to the wire.
See, game one, Indiana have to win. They have to win game one because that's
Well, I
how
mean,
they've
like I
been
said,
winning
when was the last time they was there?
the finals. Um, I think when they got beat by Kobe and the Lakers in 2000, I think they played against Shaq and Kobe.
Yeah, come on now.
So
You
so
know they
you
go, you know how they be saying the shit be rigged anyway. They gonna use it probably to sell some tickets, so it's gonna be ping pong for the first couple games. They gonna win one
uh,
here, win one there.
well, I was doing the prices. We did the prices earlier, and the prices at OKC game one, the lowest ticket is 550. The lowest. But if you get down to front court is at 20 bands. So you can get in the game from anywhere from 550 to 20 bands, but average about 1,000 per ticket. Because that's how much most tickets was hitting at a G, 1,200, 14s. Heck, you know what I'm saying? As you get closer, it turns up to your twos and threes and shit like that. and and then Indiana tickets are a little bit higher.
What?
Yeah, the tickets in Indiana. Let me pull them back up. The tickets
It
in
ain't.
Indiana start at 1,000.
Oh yeah, they not playing. They need all that.
They start at 1,000.
That's Gangsta Island. They need no. No,
You
that's
know what I'm
Gary,
saying? And
Indiana.
they
It's
and they
Gangsta Island.
floor ticket, they highest price ticket is at 24,000
That's crazy.
just for one game. One game.
Yeah.
Sit on the floor. That's gonna be that Mike Epps ticket.
That or yeah, that.
Babyface, that's more babyface too.
Babyface from
Because
Indiana.
yes, he is. He went to school with my cousin.
He went to school with your cousin. All right. So I'm just trying to think who's gonna be a celebrity. What celebrities they gonna have there? Because at the Warriors we get E40. You get Ghost.
Mike
We get
Epps in Indiana. Mike Epps.
yeah. It's gonna Indiana's gonna be Mike Epps. It's gonna be as she say Babyface. I say maybe Janet Jackson.
Yeah, the Jacksons is from Gary, Indiana, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
but that's
And,
like a hop, skip, and a jump.
That's the only team out there. So everybody is
Yeah,
rocking with that.
that's like a hop, skip,
yeah,
and a jump
And
yeah.
anybody that
away.
stay
Freddie
in
Gibbs, the rapper Freddie Gibbs is from out there.
okay, so he should be there. Um, ain't is it some boxers from out there? Ain't it a boxer from out there?
I thought you said some boppers at first. I was like, boppers.
Yeah, it's all kind of boppers from Indiana. When D Boy used to live out there, he was telling me about the Indiana Tramps.
The what?
Indiana Tramps.
Oh wow.
Yeah, my partner was out there. He's saying they loose, they wild out there. They is real
Did
wild.
did you say Indiana has some boppers?
Indiana got boppers. They pace real well, from what I've been told. They follow directions and ready to get out of Gary and ready to get out of Evansville's and shit like that.
Man, we should have. This is where we needed some passes for real, man. We should have been out there recording live, man.
Okay, so check it out, y'all. I done found out a few people. So Larry Bird is from Indiana.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
Hicks
he
from
from
French
French
Lick.
Lick.
Yeah, David Letterman,
Oh, he's gonna be there. David Letterman got big money. That's one of those $20,000 tickets.
Vivica Fox.
Vivica.
Yep.
Yeah, she
Yeah,
from
she looks
South
like
Bend,
she's
I
from
think.
Indiana.
Does she from? Oh, she from Notre Dame. Okay,
No, South. I think she from South Bend.
that's Notre
Yeah, that's what Notre
Dame.
Dame was, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, okay.
Um,
Yeah.
let me see. Babyface. Mick Foley.
Mick Foley. Mick Foley from Long Island.
Mick Foley is from Bloomington, Indiana.
Okay. I'm,
I'll tell you what, we pulled
I,
up.
I'm looking up Indiana famous Indiana people.
The Ultimate
They got
Warrior was
Michael
from there
Jackson
too.
number one.
Axl Rose,
Yeah,
The
Axl Rose,
Guns N' Roses.
David Letterman.
Mike
Yeah.
Pence.
Who is Jean Fisher?
I don't know.
And who is she? She best known for playing Pound Beasley in The Office. She was on that TV show The Office. White
Yeah,
Okay.
white comedy.
Colonel Sanders.
Florence. Oh shit. Mrs. Brady is from Indiana.
Mark Cuban.
So Adam Lambert ain't he from U2 or something? Adam
He's
Lambert.
no, he's from American Idol. He was
They
on.
said he
He
the
was
new front singer for Queen. Oh, now he does Queen. He's the
he
new front man as Queen.
because he. But yeah, he's from American Idol. He was on there
baby.
with like Rupert and then was
Yeah,
not Rupert, whatever his name
Ruben
was,
Studdard,
Ruben Studdard.
Tony
Yeah,
Stewart, the NASCAR driver. Okay. Oh, the actor Greg Kinner from there, and the former Vice President Dan Quayle.
Dan Quayle.
That's what I was saying. And Mike Pence.
Oh Lord.
Mike, let me see. Bloom Wings, 21st. Mick Foley is well known figure. He must live there now or something. He's gone. I guess. They always say he's from Long Island. That's what he. The Ultimate Warrior was from
Yeah.
Indiana. Terrible. Oh, your boy, the popcorn man, Orville.
Yep. And Colonel Sanders. That's what I was looking at. That shit crazy.
All right, you know who Bill Gaither is, right?
Who?
Bill Gaither, the
No.
white man, the one who he wrote that song, Gloria, Gloria, the
Oh,
women
okay.
gonna want you, Gloria, the women
Okay.
gonna want you, Gloria,
Garfield's
it's
daddy's from Indiana.
Gloria.
He's singing that shit too.
That song's dope. I like that song.
Hey, that is
James
class.
Dean, but he's dead, so he doesn't
That is
count.
classic 1980s movies where motherfuckers is that's the montage shit. That's the
Right.
when a nigga going through training to be great.
Brendan Fraser.
But yeah, so since you got you Tycoon back on, I had began the show talking about the event at the Barbary Coast. It was a nice event, the puff and party. You know what I'm
What
saying?
are you doing?
It was pretty damn good. It was some nice entertainers that put together some good shit. I was telling them there was the guy Max Steves who had a good flow. We had De Niro who was Tony Montana with his flow. You get it? You know what I'm saying? If y'all can understand it, then y'all can understand it. But if you can't understand it, then don't even worry about it because it went over your head. You know, it was No Morals, which he had some nice shit too. Of course, the youngster Big Money D Bands. You know what I mean? He was did his thing. The Oops and his team. What was my guy Blau Pac Mac? That was some nice shit. That they was handling
Oh
his
yeah,
business.
yeah, yeah. No,
So
it was a cool show.
you know. Just like said one more time, thanks to the Barbary Coast and all that shit, and then for letting the event let that venue for letting the event happen. 'Cause I was telling people that that's a place you can take an outer towner or even somebody who just like to indulge in weed, and y'all can go sit there and have a good time. They have comedy, they have different little things at that little place, so to have a good time. Come out and enjoy yourself. But what everybody else do this weekend? Creek, what was on your agenda these weeks?
Oh, nothing. I was just stripping.
Um, shit, man. I just mostly worked this weekend, bro. Like
Right.
I didn't
Did
really
we
do
lose
nothing
somebody?
spectacular or nothing special. I just
There
been
you go.
mostly working. You know what I'm saying? Trying to get the money, man, and trying to not even just get the money, but keep the money. Like you feel me? Because you know you're gonna have money you spend, but I'm trying to keep the money. You feel me?
That's right. You got to go chase that coin because without the coin, there's no paper, and without the paper, there's no living comfortable. And if you can't live comfortable, that means it's gonna be tragically, and then some shit gonna happen, and it ain't gonna be good. It's gonna cause problems and be problematic. And we don't need no problems. We need everything to be copacetic, as they say. But
Look at you.
before we go all off into everything else, I'm gonna say I'm gonna be the guy that picked the Pacers to continue their upset, and I'm gonna go Pacers in. I'm so confident in them upsetting. I'm going Pacers in six.
Oh wow.
I'm going against the grain, and I always liked the OKC team before they became the Thunder back when they were Seattle Sonics when Gary Payton and Sean Kemp was and Def Less Shrimp was together. That team was hard, and they had the first nigga that was center out there busting threes, Sam Perkins with the dreadlocks back in the day. But all I'm saying is this: I think Indiana might win it. What you guys' thoughts?
Only
I'm
way
Okay.
already told you.
Indiana's going to win is if they still won in OKC. That's the only way they have a chance of creating that upset.
Got a game one. It's all
They
about
got to
game
still,
one,
they got to still win in OKC. That's the only way.
and they done
Well,
did it against every team. So
I mean, like you said too. I mean, and not mean to cut you off, but we've seen other teams do that too. So it's like you said, yeah, if you got that momentum, like I remember that one year, it was a one year where the Warriors did it. I'm trying to remember who they played against, and it was embarrassing because it was like they just put them out the way. You know what I mean? Like each game, you know what I'm saying? So, like you said, when you keep that pace, you keep that momentum going. Like you said, that first win might turn into the first two wins. You get what I'm saying? Or the first three. And that'll really change some shit. Cause then the pressure will be on OKC. But I don't think OKC gonna let them win. Now if they can get two of them, the first two games, then that's when you know that it's just gonna be a good series. But I don't know. It's really like you said, depends if they win the first one and then what happens in the second game.
yeah,
Okay. Yeah,
because
like I said,
OKC,
even
OKC, I'm just saying this. OKC is favored to win because they have averaged for the season. Their victories have been 15 points. They have blown out everybody. So I'm just saying, I'm looking for an upset. I'm always down for the upset. That's just me. I would love the upset. But
That
if
mean
I'm
more
put,
money.
oh yeah, well yeah. If I go, you go drop that 100. That's $700 coming back per 100.
well, like I said, even though my grandparents are some Okies from Muskogees, um I still rolling with the Pacers because that's where all my peoples is at.
Indiana is the home of basketball.
Might have to go watch
Um,
one of them games at Barbary Coast.
They do sporting events.
Shit. I mean, they should. They got the screens up. I don't see why not. I'm about to go find out. I don't know if I told you or not, but I do got another event coming up there, July 5th. So yeah, for those guys listening, y'all missed the puffin party. And I don't know why, but it was a good show, good turnout. You know, everybody was high and having a good time. So but in case you want to come out to the next one, it's gonna be July 5th. It's gonna be the Do It for the Bay show. Also celebrating Mac Dre's birthday too. You know what I'm saying? Gonna be a lot of
oh,
stuff going
okay.
on that day.
Meow, 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 meow. Okay.
Yeah. But did
That
you?
sounds like
I don't know. Did y'all see the? Did y'all see any of the footage that he posted? Cause yeah, Beef, I
yes.
like that. The what's the name that you did? I seen the recap video. Cause I didn't get no footage. I had, I had to go look at what you did.
Shit.
Yeah, I
So
reposted
I was
the
trying to
dance
put more shit on
performance.
YouTube, but for some reason I gotta figure this shit out. It's gonna be it. I got some more little clips.
I mean, we just put him up in shorts.
Yeah, yeah. Cut them down. Cut them down. Cut them down.
You know, I mean,
And then the
it
went
is.
on the podcast is on the YouTube. We got the last 35 minutes of the show. Is on YouTube. You can
Yeah,
do the
that's what I was watching.
booster take show. Says live at the Barbary Coast. Check that out. The May 31st edition, live at the Barbary Coast. Booster Take Show. You can see Beefy McFly in one of his snazzy sports coats. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, you should, and that's why I said your name should have been on the flyer because you was definitely you was the host that night and you dressed the part and everything.
He had a sport coat on.
he was okay. That boy was sharper than a mosquito's needle. You hear me? That's all I'm saying. You
So,
know, a mosquito's needle is sharp. You understand me? So that jacket was something else. You didn't post no picture in it. You
oh,
didn't take no picture.
I gotta see what the people that's running the account what they did, man. I'm not too sure. You know, I just know when I look back at the footage that I need to go to a weight training. I need to go get in some cardio.
Hey man, weight is a sign of wealth. It is. Everybody ain't eating, B. I had a
I
I had
hear that.
somebody told me that.
I hear that, but it's good to eat and still look good. I still want to be trim. I just need to say the little pounds become a little more lean beef. Now, lean beef is cost more money than fat beef. You feel me? Now, if I was a tuna, then I would want to have more fat because the more fat on the tuna is worth more money. I learned that from watching this. I was watching Wicked Tuna one night. Don't ask me why. I was just up watching it, and it's some good money in that shit, man. Motherfuckers get out there. One tuna could get you up to 5 G's, but
That's what's up,
at a minimum of 2,200.
Oh
man. But
wow.
that's a lot of
But
time on the water.
it's some work. It's some
Yeah,
work because them tunas is not 10 pounds.
right.
Them tunas is reaching triple digits.
That's why I said, yeah, that's a lot of work, and you out on the water to get them.
Yeah, you gotta
Yeah,
you
you
gotta
got to be
have
on the
all that
boat.
shit. So you might get a nice amount of pay given coming in, and you only can get one a day.
Oh wow.
Yeah, because if you let humans free fall humans, it won't be shit in the ocean. That's why it's not really no buffaloes because the humans was knocking down hella buffaloes to get that buffalo meat. The humanity is very greedy. It's hard to control. That's why certain laws are made for the reason they are made because humans take over shit. We do too much.
Mm-mm-mm.
We're a parasite.
No, we definitely not.
Oh yeah, humanity is the parasite. Humanity is the reason Earth is dying. If it dies, it's going to be because of humans.
Damn.
Oh shit. So, uh,
Did y'all have y'all caught up on the latest Diddyings? Diddyings?
Man, leave that man alone.
I
Diddy
want
going
Diddy to
down,
be free, but I'm just saying he paid $100,000 for that Cassie tape to the security guard, and the security guard was up there talking about how he split the money with his boss and another cat, and he walked away with $30,000 out of the um $100,000 that Puffy paid,
and still showed the video.
and still leaked the video. Yeah, they made him sign an NDA too.
Well, technically, technically, I guess they can't. As far as giving people money to cover up a crime.
That NDA
Hmm.
don't mean shit. But
Yeah,
hey, oh well. You shouldn't do your dirt. You know your dirt gonna catch on you one day. Shit happens, and
but they still ain't proved. I mean, they still, I guess, unless they coming out with more evidence. But you know, the few things that they do have on them,
he's
they
going
don't
down for
necessarily.
he's going down for buying dick and pussy. He's going down for sexual assault, and he's going down for domestic violence. And he's going down because you're kidnapped a few people to make them do the things that he did. You know what I'm saying? When you listen to both sides, even when the defense is trying to go at the people, the defense is fumbling.
You think so?
Yeah, they show the shit that I've been seeing and a little bit is certain shit. Puffy, unless the jurors, because it's 8 men and it's 4 women on the jury. So unless it's just gonna when it goes to the jury, become a hung jury, he going down, bro. And the whole thing is why he going down is because at the end of the day, what they all gonna go back to, even though she was willing for some of them things, they wasn't willing for all of them. And that's what they're gonna put it down to. Because if they don't, they're gonna say they making it so no victim will ever come forward.
You think so? Because when you turn around now, it's a bunch of different lawsuits and shit popping up where people trying to do
Yeah,
that
they're popping up
like
right
it's a
now.
money grab.
Yeah, but once they see if this nigga gets off, all that shit stopping.
Well, you gotta understand, like when you say him getting off, I mean, to be honest with you, what happened with him and Cassie, she got paid for. What you know what I mean? Honestly, and that's where some people was arguing about it is because if if he would, the only reason that she even got brought into this case is because her lawsuit went public. If he would have paid her ahead of time before she filed the lawsuit, then none of this would have happened either.
Not
You
the
get what I'm
book.
saying?
Wasn't it the book that he was trying to stop or something?
Yeah, no, it was her. She was like, give me this or I'm gonna put it out. And he wouldn't give it to her, so she filed the lawsuit and put it out, I believe. That's
Yeah,
what happened.
so it was gonna come to a head regardless. She
All
just
right.
trying to say
No, it wasn't
yeah,
if he
because
would
if
have
she
paid
if
ahead of
it
time.
it was
What?
gonna come. No, this is
Somebody
what
was
I'm
gonna
saying.
speak
By
up.
she telling him, if you give me this money, I'm not gonna drop this book. So he didn't want to give the money. So she dropped the book and made the lawsuit. So it was going to
Right.
come to because people was going to buy that book. And then once the book came out, it's going to get talked about. And then once it get talked about, it's going to get investigated about and then all that other shit. So that's
Not
all
well,
it
not
just,
necessarily. You got to think
man,
about it. That's what I'm
please.
trying to say.
Please, this is a
Look, the
messy world.
combination.
This world
The
is messy, my brother. This
no,
is a
I know.
messy,
Listen, you
gossipy,
you not. Listen, you're not telling me. That's what I'm trying to explain to you how it happened. The combination of, if you remember, simultaneously, right when the lawsuit went public, then the video came out.
It didn't matter. It was still gonna come
That
out
was the
one way or
evidence
another. It was different
for.
avenues. It was coming out.
No, listen, for the type of case that he had, because you got to remember, some of the people they bringing in as witnesses, he had already, those is already prior cases, already shit that he had already been dealing with in courts and stuff. So it wasn't that. It was that just like with anything else, you know how they say they built their cases up. So
Yeah.
when you look at it, all of the other cases against him were weak cases. That's why
It
that's
might
what
be
I'm saying.
weak
Without
cases,
her, it wouldn't have
but
happened.
all that shit it still was gonna come out. Like I said, the shit was coming out. The shit was coming out. And he gonna pay for it. He gotta deal with the consequences of the choices he made. As a man, as a human, as a freak boy, as whatever. It's illegal to buy prostitutes, but it's not illegal to
No,
hoe.
it's not. Uh,
It's not illegal
no,
to
it's
hoe.
not. He said it's illegal.
It's illegal to buy prostitutes.
It's illegal to
It is
traffic
not
them.
it. Hold on. It is not illegal to hoe because them people that are out there hoeing are doing it because they are forced to. None of them hookers that's walking the blade are doing it by their choice. They are all being
What?
trafficked. All
No,
of them.
my God.
They're
I
trying.
can't believe what
They
I'm
say
hearing.
that they're victims now. That they're
He
being
can't even say that with a
exploited.
straight face. Do y'all see him?
These are the things.
he
This is
he was
the
trying to be
this
hella
is
Hey,
the
serious.
hey, as
this
far
is
as
the
I'm
theory.
concerned,
Hey,
hoeing is illegal if you're
hoeing is
receiving
legal. No,
money
no,
for it.
no, no.
So
Pimping
you
is
saying that
illegal.
it's legal even if you're receiving money for it in a state where that
It's
type of shit
not
is
your
illegal?
fault you're doing this. You're forced. You're being forced to take people money and suck a dick. It's by force.
Ugh.
You've been manipulated. You've been led astray.
But isn't there a difference between manipulation and force? Or can they go hand in hand?
Hey, hey, in the eyes of the law, all that shit that you say don't matter. It is illegal to be a pimp and it's illegal to buy pussy or buy dick. It
Unless you
is
in
not a
certain
crime
states.
to sell pussy and to sell dick because you are doing it not by your choice. If you was doing it by your choice, you would go the legal way, what they call OnlyFans.
Okay,
So
Then it is so
okay, but
if that's the case,
what about the
she should be
renegades
in jail
that
because she the
go
one that
black?
bought it.
It is illegal to be a pimp and to buy pussy. It
gentlemen
is
out there, if
legal.
you're listening, come forth with your stories. I want to know how you was forced and manipulated to sell your dick.
Hey, yeah, no, because they did like the dude, the escort dude, the Punisher dude. He's been going around doing interviews on hella platforms after he did his, after he testified about what happened. But yeah, I mean that's a fine line, man. Because like you said, there's escorts, so technically it's not illegal. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
But
to
the
some degree,
escorts
you are
don't.
able to purchase,
Escort. See, an
Escorts aren't
escort
supposed
doesn't
to
give
sleep with
their whole
you.
money to a person. An escorts work through an escort service, and they get an
and that's what
escort
I
service
know. But
thirty
that's what I'm
percent.
saying. So he was dealing with escorts. That's what I'm trying to say. And he wasn't even paying for them. She was.
It was his money.
Come on, man.
And the fact that he was bringing them out of cross state lines to do sexual services for money is the problem.
You have to understand what you think and how you feel. That shit don't matter because you ain't law. And that's where a lot of people get confused about everything. We ain't talking about what's happening. We talking letter of law. with them penal codes, with jurisdictions, what ordinance says. That's what
Yeah,
matters. The other shit, what a motherfucker talking about, who cares? So what? The
but
law says,
that's part of the reason that he got action though too, is because of what the law say. You know, that's
and
the gray
and
area.
and nah, nigga, he going down. Puff is not getting out of it.
In
The
Forget
order,
shit,
they
Puffy.
they can't find him. He hasn't been necessarily. I mean, if he do get found guilty, I guess they said of at least two of the charges in order for the RICO thing to stick. But it's like you said, you know, they.
man,
I
you
don't know.
hey,
He not a
you
criminal.
telling
It's
niggas
not
there
like
go
it's hella
Suge Knight.
people.
We about to go. We about to go. I'm riding with 3 guns to go shoot down Suge Knight. That's called conspiracy to a murder. That's
Yeah,
conspiring to do a murder. Those are all
yeah.
illegal things, man. This
I
is
know,
all I'm
but they
saying. I don't care about the street shit and all that because that shit don't mean nothing. Because if it
no. We
wasn't
talking
Sean
about
Combs
no.
and
Wait a
it was
minute.
Jerry
Wait.
Ragnar,
We're talking about the same thing you're talking about because even the stuff that you're talking about legally, there's stuff documented about that too. So arguably, that could be seen as self defense for him because there was times where Suge and them was out to do them harm, trying to kill them. There's evidence of that.
well, Suge
There's
ain't on
report.
court. Suge ain't at the court. That these are the accusations that's going against him. So fuck all that. Suge ain't defending. Suge ain't going on the stand. Puffer on the stand for riding with 3 guns to go shoot Suge Knight by telling my bodyguards to come and get me. That's
I
what it
got
is.
you. I
That
got you.
so
Yeah, a
that's
gang.
illegal.
Hold on. A known gang leader who then got some of my people hurt or killed, and is in prison right now doing life. You're
How you
exactly
know that
right.
he got your peoples killed?
Come on, man. Listen,
No, no, no,
that's what I'm
no,
trying.
nigga, no, no.
I'm
You
tell.
don't know that. I'm just saying. Hey, all it don't matter. It don't matter.
They do know that though. I'm just saying
So
when you to answer your
hey,
question.
it at the end of it, is it legal or not?
That's the gray area. That's
No,
what
it
the
ain't
law
no gray
is.
area. So it's
It-
okay to go ride and go get some niggas that you think that killed your friend, or so that's
man,
okay.
are you listening? There are
No,
there
no,
are
no, no,
cases.
brother, no,
There
brother.
are
What?
cases where people have got off on that. Yes, it's happening right now.
It's people that get off, but the question is that legal or not?
In some places, yeah.
You can just go ride on people and shoot them down.
I'm
Vigilante justice is never legal.
listen. It's not well. First, we talking different things. Now,
No, it's not. We
depending,
talking about if
I
I'm
know
saying,
I'm
come
explaining
on,
to you
nigga,
how it
we
works.
about to go
Now,
get these niggas.
first
I'm
of
saying
all,
we
are
about
we
to go
talking?
get
Hold
these
on.
niggas.
I'm asking you a question because the answer determines the answer to your question. So you got to understand like this. Now, certain states, right? It's open carry state. That's why when y'all look like down south, Florida, Atlanta, all them places,
Well,
motherfuckers
we
is really
ain't down
carrying them
south. This shit
things.
happened in
No,
California. Fuck
no,
all that extra
hold
shit.
on.
Nah,
Listen,
nah, bruh.
In
Nah,
California,
nah, nah,
hold
no,
on. In
no, no,
California,
no.
if you can carry, if you ain't a felon in California,
Yes,
you
you
can
can
carry.
carry.
But
So
carry
it's
don't
the
mean
same
that you
thing.
go and shoot
And that's what I'm
somebody.
talking about too. We
Carrying
talking
a
about
gun
celebrities,
is
and
a
that's what it
different
come
than
down
going to
to.
tell
It's a
niggas to
different
go
tax
shoot
bracket
somebody.
because yeah, the money is a little different. The rules change a little bit on what they able to get away with, on what they lawyers could say. When the lawyer could say, hey, my client is fearing for their life, you know, they do this type of job, and they doing that even with the young rap niggas right now that's gang banging and everything else. I'm telling you, that's what's happening in the cases.
Dirk is in prison.
Why
They
you
were
think the
trying to give
YSL case and all that, like the Rico shit, they couldn't prove shit. And them niggas actually killed people in there. They actually is documented where some of them admitted to the murders and different shit. But again,
Okay,
it was
but
based off of
the
certain
question
things. Yes, it
is
was
this:
in
that's all
retaliations,
fine and
but it's
dandy if
also
it
like
get
you said
proved in
too, the
court,
law.
but that's
Now,
not the
if you
question.
out here and like you said, you a felon, and you got to remember, Diddy done been on trial before behind somebody getting killed and beat it. Because they
But
brought
somebody
all of
else
that
had
shit
to
up
kind
in
of
some
take
of this
that
too.
charge.
They trying
Somebody
to.
else had to take the hit for that charge, though.
Huh?
for Puffy to beat it.
What'd you say?
So
Somebody else kind of had to take for that charge for Puffy to beat it.
Yeah, no,
That's why.
Sean ended up.
That's
No,
why
Sean
Sean
ended
got
up
the book.
doing it.
so
But the
as
thing,
I'm
but they
saying,
came out
all that,
afterwards,
all
and
all
she
that.
and Puff Daddy got sued afterwards because he had a gun too, and the female that got hit as well as whoever they shot, but the female that actually got hit, the bullet that hit her actually came from Diddy's gun. So yeah, there was a separate civil suit that he got found guilty of. You get what I'm saying? But like you said, yeah, he had the lawyers to, hey, the just like right now with Tory Lanez. All of a sudden, the gun is no longer
Hey,
available.
nah, fuck that, fuck
The
that.
system do different shit, bro.
At the end of it, I'm just saying this, and this is real shit. There's legal and there's illegal. When you in the court and the people judge you and the people in the jury, that's a different thing. What I'm saying is legal. What is in the letter of the law? You can't do these things. They will put charges on you so you can go to court and you can fight it and spend your money on these lawyers and all them to fight that shit. But in the letter of the when it comes down to it, you don't get arrested unless you are committed a crime and they feel that it's a crime. So to be for your accusation of these charges of conspiracy, because conspiracy is any more than one person that is talking about doing a crime is considered a conspiracy.
Right.
Dude, it's also considered conspiracy if I know that you're going to commit a crime, and as a citizen of the country, I don't report it.
So
That's if
at
I
the
know
end
it.
of it, so what is Puffy Combs, any Joe Wagner, Billy Baines, Robert Welch,
Our
you're
president.
going to
I'm
jail.
just saying.
You're going to jail, and you're going to go face a jury or a judge for riding up with motherfuckers to go attempt to kill somebody. It is you cannot just go. No matter there's no law that tells you that you can go with your partners and go knock a nigga down just because of what might have happened 5, 10, 2 months, 10 minutes ago is not legal. Now somebody's shooting at you and you shoot back, that's called self-defense.
To a
Right.
That's different.
within a reason. You have to self defense only allows you to incapacitate the person. You can't shoot them and they stop being a threat, and then you stand over them and load and unload 6 more rounds into them. You can't do that. It's
I
not
mean,
self defense
well,
anymore.
again, even some of that depends. 'Cause like I said, certain states and the stand your ground law and what's considered self defense varies. Because some of those shootings, believe it or not, they do give those people self defense. Like I said, when you talk in Chicago, or when you talk in Illinois, or like we said down south, Texas, and even out here too. I mean, Oregon is an open carry state. You know what I mean? So it's like it depends on where you at. And even out here again, because a person that's not on no paperwork could do what they want. You know what I mean? I mean,
Yeah,
not
but you
not
cannot. Again, we
what
cannot
I'm
talk about we
saying.
about to go. We about to go and ride down on Mookie Moat.
Well, no, what I'm saying is
It
typically
is
a
not.
person
That
who
is
not
not
on
legal.
paperwork, a person who not on paperwork, or a person with a certain amount of money. Because when you got the money and you know what it costs, and if you can afford it, you might as well be able to do it.
I still don't think it works like that. There's still conditions to it.
Everybody ain't got money. So the majority of people, and this is what I'm talking about. I don't care if this case was not Sean Combs.
Right.
This case was Jerry Regner, just a motherfucker from wherever. It'd be a different story. And he is still gonna be this motherfucker did these things. Because it's a celebrity and everybody loves celebrities because they blinded by the fake ass TV that It's this, it's that. But when it come down to black and white paper,
Well, no,
what
I
I
mean
just want the
celebrity
paper.
status. Uh, a celebrity is just basically saying that that's somebody with some money. But I get what you're saying. I'm not. To me, it
No,
wouldn't
man,
matter.
no, no. What I'm saying is people look at them motherfuckers in a different way they look at Jerry Wagner. You're not looking the same way as Sean Combs is how you're looking at Jerry Wagner. Subconsciously, you're giving Jay-Z's, you're giving Michael Jackson's, you're giving all them motherfuckers the benefit of the doubt because you didn't see them on TV for multiple years.
Nah,
If it was just some regular motherfucker from wherever the fuck, nowhere New Mexico, Joe Bluttenstein, all the public opinion wouldn't be the same.
The
And at the
public
end of it,
opinion is
like I
trying to
said,
lock him up,
it's a
though.
law. The law goes, and what the law is this, and then you're gonna prove it and go against it when you have your public pretender or your attorney that you got to hire. And then you have to fight that shit and present it. But you're only doing this because you did something wrong. You broke the rules. You're not
Well,
in there because you did something right. You don't go to court
no,
because you did
he's
right.
in there. Wait, wait, wait. We know how that go. We know how that go. It's not always. It's not always innocent till proven guilty. For us being people of color, we have to prove our
Hey,
innocence.
don't get
And,
yourself in
and
that situation. So all that, and a lot of people of color use excuses for doing the shit that they do to get them caught
oh
up
no,
into
no, no,
situations
no.
that haven't
I'm
been
not.
in
I'm
places.
not saying that. What I'm saying is you was talking about public opinion, and public opinion is making him out to be guilty. They trying to make it look like he did it.
All right, he did do it. He did do it.
What he do?
He beat the bitch up. He paid for pussy and dick. Him and the bitches they had sex. I don't know what part of that is illegal besides beating the bitch up, but going to go try to kill somebody that's illegal. Going to a nigga house, breaking in a nigga's house, sitting there waiting for him to get there, that's illegal. Um, Blowing a nigga car up, that's illegal.
I thought they couldn't prove that he did that.
They said he did it.
So there are things like I'm
And the
saying.
gun and the gun thing, I could have swore it was he hopped in the car with the driver or whoever because they just got into it with Should, and then they went and got him.
It don't matter, nigga. It's not legal. So all that shit you said, it's not legal. And that's the
So we
problem
can,
with black people. We always want to
so we know
say,
you don't listen to Bad Boy nothing, huh?
eh, check this shit out. I don't give a fuck who you is. If it was Earl Stevens and they said E40 was running a criminal industry, this nigga is beating bitches down, fucking them up the ass, doing this, having gay sex with
Wow.
all these other niggas. That's what he do. Okay. But nigga, when you going to go say you and your niggas is riding up to go shoot a nigga, and we gonna kidnap some other bitch to tell her to get into somebody's house, I'ma break in this nigga house and wait till you get there and tell you, yeah, so you fucking my bitch. Nigga, all that is not legal. Ain't none of that part of ain't none of that said that you can do that in life. Real talk. For real. So all that other shit, look at that nigga as Joe Wagner. Not Sean Combs that you seen in silver suits who was putting on Puffy and Mace and was backstage behind Mary J. Blige and Father MC, dancing with Father MC. Don't look on him like that. Don't look at as being a nigga that you've been on seeing on TV for 30 years. Look at
look
that
at him as a
same ass
perk.
nigga who was walking down the street that you looked at was like, fuck that nigga. So stop it. That's the problem with the whole world, all of America.
So okay, well, let me ask you a question then, because since you said that, did you guys see the video that the dude Antoine Massey released? The from Louisiana?
He just did another video.
Yeah, he did a video where he was explaining why he left. He said that and he was explaining his case and what they got him in there for. And I'm saying this because of what you just brought up, right? Now that's somebody that ain't got no money or nothing. And he says it in the video. But again, like we talking about public opinion, different things, and even the shit that they got him in there for. He in there supposedly on some sexual assault charges and other stuff, but he also has paperwork, filed paperwork from the courts, affidavits and shit from the quote unquote victim stating that he didn't do none of it. So his whole argument is that they trying to use his previous record to lock him up. And then he also went to say that the worker at the jail was lying, that nobody threatened dude or nothing. He said that they was let out. He didn't say that like, oh, they broke out. He said, no, they was let out of the jail. So then if that's the case, and that, I mean, again, like I said, now there's somebody with no money because he on there pleading for Trump and everybody, Lil Wayne and whoever else can help him. You feel me? But, and you know, like I said, looking at him and shit, okay, motherfucker gonna think, okay, yeah, he guilty, like you said, looking at him as a regular perp. But if you listen to what he's saying,
Well,
what he's saying makes sense. If you watch the vid and what he was explaining, you get what I'm saying. So that's where
well,
I'm coming from. Is I wasn't
hey,
looking at it necessarily
and
from a
as I'ma
celebrity
come from it
standpoint.
as this, nigga, you broke out of jail multiple times before. I don't want to hear it. You broke out again. You're guilty. Sorry, I ain't got nothing to say to your partner. You're putting people's life in danger. You just don't want to be in jail no more. I get it. I understand. Nobody wants to be in jail unless you really fucked up or gay. But hey, it's life. You made your decisions to be a crime. You lived the life and you got caught up and you got charges for
No,
breaking
but
out of
right
jail
now he
before.
in there for
So
something he
hey,
didn't do.
you had a prior. You shouldn't have got yourself in them situations.
Come on, man.
Ain't no come on, man. That's reality. Don't nobody. Hey, ain't nobody. I look at it at this. Ain't nobody taking care of me if I go down. So I ain't got no business doing shit that's gonna get me to go down. Cause if I ain't got the money to take care of myself in jail, who the fuck gonna take care of me? No. If you doing what you doing, you know the consequences of the life you picked. You want to
But
be
did
a
you hear what
criminal?
I just
You got
said?
a
I
place that's
said that
gonna be
dude
for
didn't
you.
do it. But if
You
he
want to be
didn't
a
do it though,
criminal? You want to be a criminal?
he
You
not
do
listening.
crime. You want to
So was
do
he
dirt.
in there on a parole violation? What did he do? How did he get back in
No,
jail?
no. They picked him up,
So
and
if it's
the charge that he got picked up on, according to him, it was a false report. And they have the district attorney and everybody has all the paperwork and everything. You know, when a person, like say domestic violence or whatever, right? You know how you try to place a charge on somebody and then you turn around and
the
you
DA
understand
picked
what
it
I'm
up,
saying?
you should. Hey man,
No,
it's
no,
fucked
no.
up. It's fucked up. But don't get yourself in them people's
Right. In a
hands.
situation.
No, but he wasn't. But again, that's what I'm trying to say. Because when you know about them situations, like how you just said, right? So, okay, a motherfucker call on you and they lying. Do you understand what I'm saying?
It's a fucked up situation. But
Okay, so
if
wait a
you
minute. So
don't
wait a minute.
have
So
a prior, if
wait. I'm trying to ask you a question because you're right. It is a fucked up situation, but that don't mean that we not supposed to hear you out.
you be heard out, but at the same time, if you already been doing wrong, ain't nobody gonna believe you. Sorry.
Okay, so let me ask everybody a question because you said the real topic of discussion right there. Like, let's say, like the man said, you got problems, whatever. Y'all and then you cool for the meantime until you kind of get caught up on the shit that you didn't intend to get caught up on.
Right.
Basically, because somebody that you was with or whatever you were doing, you get caught up with back in jail. Is that on you or is that the
It's
people
on
you
you.
hang
Keep
with?
better company. You're a grown up.
At the end of it, man, we are responsible for our own decisions.
Exactly.
I keep
Right.
saying this shit, and this is where it comes to a lot of us black people. We don't take accountability for the shit our own
No,
decision making
hold
that
on.
we do.
It's
We
not
don't take.
it's not
We
taking.
can't we
Yeah,
can't just
I
really
don't
just
think.
put that on black people either, because you know what I'm saying. That's just with all due respect. That's just a little box in way of thinking. It's a lot of people that don't fucking take accountability for how they move in life.
Yeah,
And
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 my
then that's how you end up in places where you don't want to be, and you blame everybody else instead of yourself.
I don't think so necessarily because,
Please.
like you said, see a part of it, like how you said too, in regards to being responsible for yourself and different things. I feel different ways about that because number one, I mean, depending on you know
You
the time frame, I mean, or the era in which we grew up, and different things, the way people conducted themselves was different. At the same time, like even now, some of that, oh, you do it. I mean, we've all been there at one point in time. What I'm saying is that it could be relatives, it could be anybody. It just sometimes people have fallen outs or people switch up on you, and it just happens out of nowhere. So that's not necessarily your fault. You know what I mean? It's a learning experience.
it might
You know what I
at,
mean?
at,
But that
But
don't
a
mean that it can't happen.
wait, no,
but a
no.
person that's never been in trouble with the law, you can't lie on them. That's like somebody calling and saying,
People lie on them too. Tory Lanez was never been in jail. Tory Lanez didn't have no record.
When it
People
comes
get
to
lied on. I'm
domestic
just saying.
violence,
There's
hold on. Fuck Tory Lanez. When it comes to domestic violence, no matter
people lie all
what,
the time though, bro.
hold on. This is the law. When it comes to domestic violence, the person who made that phone call or whoever, somebody else, a neighbor call and the police come, it don't matter no more. Once somebody gets arrested, male or female, even if the other person doesn't want to press charges, that shit don't matter
And
because it's
that's
up to
but
the district. Hold on. It's up to the district attorney. It ain't up to that person
but,
who didn't make the call or whoever made the call.
but everything that you saying,
You arguing with somebody and your nosy neighbor gets in
every
y'all business and
but
call the
you
police
if
on
you
y'all.
listen, you're saying the same thing over.
No, I'm not.
That no,
What
no,
I'm
listen to
saying
me.
is this.
Listen
Hold
to me.
on.
That's
This
no
is what I'm
different.
saying is.
We are agreeing, but we also in certain parts that we disagree on because it's this. Just like with the whole sex trafficking thing, right? Like you said, it's a very thin line between there being actual victims and people just
I'm
making
not
false
saying none of
reports.
that neither, nigga.
No,
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 you're
but we
not
are
hearing what
talking
I'm
about
saying. What
that.
I'm saying
We
is,
are talking about that if we're talking about a public opinion and how it looks in court, and you're trying to basically your opinion is going off of public opinion
no,
to an
my opinion
extent
is going off
because
of
you're
what I'm
looking at
hearing from the court. No, it's
I,
not. I'm
the
not going off no fucking public opinion.
when we
I'm
just
going
talked
off what's
about
been
dude from
said
New
from the
Orleans,
days. No, man. Damn, if you hear what I'm saying, this is what I'm saying. This is how I feel in life.
right?
This is how I feel in life. Fuck your excuses. Fuck all that other shit. There are certain ways we supposed to do, and when we go against the grain, and we get caught up going against the grain, doing wrong, doing illegal activities, there's a consequence for it. Nobody really wants to face the consequences for their illegal activities. Nobody wants to, no matter who it is. Everybody wants to enjoy all the bullshit they do. But then when the shit gets caught up, then it's like, fuck. Well, I had fun, but damn,
Nah,
I'm
man, but
in here.
it's a high percentage. It's a high percentage of motherfuckers though that have been falsely accused of shit
That
and
happens. But I'm not talking
everything
about
else.
falsely accused people. I'm saying if you know you're doing wrong, that's it. There's a right and there's a wrong. That's it.
I, I
You
know, but
know
the
if
man
you
said he
doing
was
you know if you doing normal citizen shit and you know if you doing illegal citizen shit. There's
exactly.
so
And the young man exact words was just that. He wasn't doing nothing. That stuff was from his past. He's changed. He got other kids and different stuff, and he got evidence to show that he didn't do what they was accusing him of doing.
well, he got caught up on somebody's shit and it went into the hands of the
Oh,
public defenders. No, blood. Damn.
I
I
mean,
understand
in a
all
way,
that.
it's a
The
fucked up
bottom
thing
line
because
is
like
this.
you could be chilling and chilling with somebody about your own business and whatever, but if you have stars and your record is that thick, and then you get caught up because they gotta run your name too, and your record is thick. A lot of times I've seen the police is gonna kind of come down and grind down on you a little bit harder. So
yeah,
in
because they
those
just need to
instances,
find somebody.
you gotta kind of move a little bit more strategic than you would if you didn't have any of the priors from whatever past life that you lived.
I get it.
What's right
Well,
is
but
right,
again,
what's wrong is wrong, and at the end of it, you go to court, you get judged. You go to shoot niggas, you go to jail. You go robbing and stealing, you go to jail. That's just life.
no,
That's
man,
just the re-
you can go to jail for other stuff too, not just that shit. What's
Yeah.
that in
I mean, hey, you
Oklahoma? You
embezzling, you go to jail. You arguing with a bitch, you can go to jail. Yeah,
man,
it's
you
fucked
got
up. It's fucked up. It's fucked up, but that's the way it is.
nah,
And
it's
you can't say it ain't the way it is, because that's the way it is. And it's fucked up. I'm not saying it's right. I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm saying the situation is fucked up. Just because we could be having a conversation and somebody don't understand the conversation they have that we having, and they could call the police. And if the police feel like it's something in their judgment, then it's a fuck situation. Now you gotta prove and deal with hella consequences of shit that didn't have nothing to do with you. But when you are doing shit, when you are committing a lot of motherfucking crimes,
Right.
and when you are doing a whole lot of bullshit, one day it's gonna come back on you. When you fucking people over, the world has to balance itself out. That's why it's boost and it's take. There's no boost without a take. There's no take without a boost. So there's no up if there's a without a down. There's no left without a right. There's no dick without pussy.
There's no love without hate.
What?
So it has to be a balance. And at the same time, it doesn't mean it's always going to be 50-50. Sometimes some shit is unleveled. It goes in waves, but it's a balance.
and that's what I was trying to say about the law, and that's the gray area. That's the area that the attorneys is trying to balance out. Is the gray area.
Yeah, but
Because there are certain exceptions to some of those laws within reasoning. It's a judgment call. Everything, just like you said, even with the police or with the DA picking up the
what's
case,
the
it's
exception
a
to slapping the
judgment
shit out of a
call.
bitch? What's the exception to
Even
slapping
even
the
if
bitch?
it is an exception, that
What
exception don't
what's
work
the
for
exception of
everybody.
no? What's the
Right. That's why I
exception
said
of
it's a
running a bitch
judgment call.
down in the
It don't work
hallway
for
and
everybody.
beating on her?
To me, it don't matter what the exception is. It don't work for everybody.
So
Right.
what is the exception of running a bitch down in a hallway and beating on her.
There
In
ain't
my
none. Ain't
opinion, there's no
nobody
exception for that. You
arguing
shouldn't
that.
do it. But however, if you are a person of some type of power or elite or whatever, there's
Yeah.
ways you
And
can
he's
get
not
off
on
on it.
trial for that, bro. He's not
There's
on
ways,
trial for doing
there's
that.
ways you can get off on it. You feel
He's
me?
on trial for that too, man. He's on trial for all of it. All of it.
No,
Sexual assault,
that's what I'm trying to
everything.
explain to you. They're using that as evidence to try to prove that he's done these other things, but he's not on trial for that. That's what I'm trying to say. All of the stuff that you're talking about, they're trying to build a case to say that he's a dangerous man and these things are what makes him dangerous.
And
But they're
he is a
not charging
dangerous
him with.
man. He is a dangerous man.
Okay. So, but again, so like we said though, but with the youngster from New Orleans, on the flip side, and like you said, it's somebody that don't have no money. And okay, and you could say the average person gonna look at him and say, "Oh, well, he just a fuck up. He in the street." But when, like I said, when he's explaining himself, dude sound intelligent. He don't sound like no dummy. He know how to articulate and how to talk, and basically, and what he's saying makes sense. Especially, like I said, if he got evidence it written in black and white from the people saying that he didn't do something. So that's why I was trying to
Well,
say too, where on one side it is about money, makes people feel that they can get away with certain things, but on the other side, what I was saying is the way the law go either way, there are exceptions made, and sometimes they're made based off of certain things. Now, even when we talk about it in totality, the law as it stands, it's a lot that has to be rewritten. It's a lot that's been rewritten. It's a lot of laws that's been changed. Weed done been legal and illegal, and then back to legal again a good 3-4 times. You
weed
see
is
what I'm
still
saying?
illegal.
So you
Man,
see what I'm saying?
we not fully legal, bro.
Weed is still
We,
illegal.
we might be legal, but we convinced.
Weed is in a federal charge. It's
Right.
still a
Right.
Federally, it's
federal
not.
case.
Yeah.
Not
It is
legal.
Federal.
illegal.
Oh, you said
Yeah.
weed. Oh, my bad. I'm thinking something else. My bad.
Yeah. Weed.
I thought you said weed. I didn't hear
No.
the weed part. My bad.
Yeah.
So
No. Weed is because it's
everything is
legal on state
illegal until
level.
they figure out how the way to make some money off it. And all I'm just saying is, there's a lot of shit we could do out here in this world. And when we decide to go against the grain, there's consequences.
Mm-hmm.
So with all that being said, with everything else, is consequences. There's rights, there's wrongs. And everybody wants to make, I don't care. If you go to court, you've been arrested, you got your cuffs on you, you've been to central booking, you've been through the processing, you had to put on that jumpsuit and you eating fucking eggs at 4 o'clock in the morning, you did something wrong. Or you've been accused. And if you've been accused and you ain't got the money to bail out, most likely you're gonna deal with them charges. And if you got the money to bail out, you probably fuck around and end up on house arrest. But you still most likely will be considered guilty because you did something wrong.
Nigga, that's why I say jail. Jail is sucker shit to me. Jail ain't no flex. I used to hate it when niggas I've been a military, I've been a this and that. That's not a flex to me. That just means you got caught. Last time I was in jail, they had me in an orange jumpsuit, and the top jumpsuit barely covered the bottom of my stomach. Fuck jail.
Yeah.
Motherfuckers
I
come
don't
to
think
go where
nobody.
niggas be so pumped to do so much stupid shit and go to jail to where the next nigga draws, and then to be calling to call your family to take care of your ass while you in there because you didn't did so much wrong and fucked over motherfuckers, and now you mad that your mamas, your aunties, your cousins don't want to take their money they've been working hard for to come and pay to pay for you a $5 pack of fucking noodles. that only cost 75 cents if you would have did what you needed to do and not be doing the wrong shit. Yeah, I'm being for real. And I was a big time criminal. And like I said,
I was waiting. I wasn't trying to put nobody on blast, but I
no,
know ain't
nigga,
none of us
nigga,
innocent.
this I know, no. I knew the consequences of the shit that I was doing. If I would have got caught up for whatever it was that I was doing, wasn't nobody taking care of me in jail. So I
Right.
didn't make sure that whatever I was doing, that if I did get caught, I'm trying to make sure I didn't get caught on unbailable offenses. But at the same time, I know I'm doing wrong. That's
No, I
it.
get
That's
you.
all.
But we also
brother
know
Steve, brother Steve,
I know I
bless
was
that
doing
you're in the
wrong.
position
When
that
I
you're
was dealing
in.
with whatever I was dealing with, it wasn't legal. It wasn't, it was, as they say, it was frowned upon. They
Okay,
scoffed at things that
so at
I
this
think
point, you bless that you're in the position that you're in, brother, because we come from a common place and we know plenty of people that are not going to see the day of life again that live everywhere where I grew up and where you live. So, yeah, we thank you, good brother.
oh man.
yeah.
I just say this. It's the reality is this. Everything ain't the same. But the same thing is this. Everything is illegal. And whatever is illegal, you know there's a consequence to it. If you out there doing wrong, somebody that you have wrong is going to figure a way to pay you back.
right.
That's it, and that's all. And it
So
might be legal and it might be illegal. There's different kind of means that you can do to get back at people. But they always tell you, don't take the law into your own hands. You take it to
exactly.
court. Dun 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 dun. And that's the Booster Take show for the night. Cause I got a fucking headache that is going out of this world. And I've been had it and it's getting worse.
Mm, terrible.
Uh you guys say y'all pieces because about to finish this. We had a good conversation. But Puffy going to jail, nigga, no matter what. And
Well,
no, I was not a Bad Boy music. I did not bump Bad Boy. Only no.
I bet you was bumping Craig Mack.
Only bumped Flavor in the ear. That was
Yeah,
the
because I bumped that shit too. Let's not play like Craig Mack.
Senorita was
What
my
else is
but
song,
agreed?
hey,
That's a
but
and
piece of
so
Craig
was
Mack.
Sean on the hot track.
I'm
I
gonna
don't
put
want
it
to die
like
high.
this. I didn't listen to the locks. I didn't listen to the locks. I first my to be cold truth. My little cousin Joseph, when Dub was doing security at 1915 Folsom,
No, 10-15. 10-15.
1015 Folsom, when SB was opening for Jadakiss that night, the locks when they was opening the week before that was my first time ever listening to Jadakiss album.
Oh, I love me some locks.
Hold on, that's kind of late because like Double D was working security for this.
That's
Damn
what
near
I'm
around
saying. I
2014.
didn't listen to Jadakiss until like 2010. My little
What?
cousin Joe
Nah,
put
nah,
me on
I
that.
rocked with Jadakiss before that, but like the Rocks as a group, I really didn't rock with that. And then I started like a
I
couple
love me
songs
some
and
locks.
styles too.
And they
I
was
love
one of
me
the
some
first ones
locks.
to fall out. They one of the
And
first ones to fall out with Diddy.
Senorita was my song. Mommy been Nike. I wanna be. That was my song. Memories.
I'm just saying I wasn't bumping that puffy radio music. I wasn't that type of nigga. I didn't
I
bump
love
that type
her.
of music. I was bumping killer and pimp music. I was type of shit I was on. I wasn't on that. Nah, I wasn't bumping that shit. It wasn't right. It wasn't doing no maze. I
You know,
wasn't
get
bumping.
the
Hey,
box
I
back
was.
then, boy.
Yeah,
Get the box, box.
back then I was bumping like
I was not bumping Q
Mac
Daddy.
Dre.
I
And,
was
Y'all
not
know,
bumping. I was not
and
y'all,
bumping no Black Rob. I wasn't bumping none of them niggas. I wasn't bumping Dirty Money. I wasn't bumping the band. I didn't
hey,
even.
I bumped Black Rob Roll. I don't care. That
yeah.
song, that was my one. I bumped that, man.
I
So,
mean, yeah,
And that
he had some gangsters signed to him though. All the
And
rappers
I love Biggie.
was real gangsters that was signed to
the
Bad Boy.
fucked up thing is most of the niggas that I listened to the punk passed away. Most of the niggas
Right,
I listen to the Bad Boy passed away.
right.
so all I'm saying is that nigga guilty. He fucked up. He was doing wrong.
And
He shouldn't have.
y'all
He
know who
shouldn't have
his
chased the
daddy is,
bitch
right?
down. He shouldn't
Who's
have
his
beat the
daddy?
bitch. He shouldn't have been paying for tricks.
His dad used to be Frank Lucas's driver.
So,
Oh, okay.
oh well. Hey,
So
look, it is what it is. It's
no, I'm
America.
just saying. You know why you say gangster? He got some gangster in him now. He come from that.
Hey, and he knows. He knows the rules of the game. You know it's a consequence you gotta fucking deal with if you don't pay the right people. You're fucked up. So what? It's over. Fuck him. Put a tip on.
Oh,
Gives a damn
hey,
damn. Fuck the
you
nigga.
almost. I was waiting. I was thought you was finna have the Italian or the New York accent. He started talking hella fast.
Shit.
Like
But
he knew what was going on.
shit, motherfuckers know what the fuck you doing. You know all the shit that you did to these people. For real, man. You nigga, you running through with a cape on. You got your super villain nigga on. And now super villain gotta go to super jail and deal with
Super
super villain
Sam.
shit.
What the fuck is a super jet?
Nigga,
Where Puffy going? No.
nigga,
A
when they
jail with
once they open
cape
up
on it?
Alcatraz again. Once Donald Trump reopened Alcatraz.
They're not gonna reopen those.
And Trump said that he's thinking about pardoning
Alcatraz
Diddy.
was the feds. That was the feds. They not
Puffy is
reopening those.
facing Fed charges, nigga. He ain't facing.
No,
He's
no, no,
facing federal charges.
no shit, no shit, Sherlock. I know that.
So
I
that's
know
why I'm
But
saying he'll be back. He'll be first nigga
that.
at
First
Alcatraz.
nigga Alcatraz.
Trump said he gonna pardon him. He might pardon him if he. So
Shit. So,
you know they
but
used to hang
overall,
out.
that's Puffy and them
Diddy
niggas
Trump just
that did
pardoned
wrong.
Larry Hoover.
Yep, but Larry Hoover still got the state charges, and you know he got sentenced to 200 some years
For the
in
state
the
charges?
state. Yeah, so the state's still holding him.
Yeah, and then my white boys, my white folks, Chrissy and Tom, Chris, what's my people's name? Hey,
Yo, people, whoa,
what's my people? The Chrisleys, Todd and Todd
Todd
Chrisley.
and Julie Chrisley.
Yeah, my man Todd. That's my folks. Todd Chrisley. He's about to be dead. He said my time in there is not right. The way the black people get treated in there compared to how I was treated. Oh hell no. We gotta fix this. This ain't cool. So the
huh.
head of Todd Chrisley about to be the face of prison reform. And that's why, and they're gonna get Kim Kardashian out the way because that's why they took Kanye out of there. But I ain't gonna go on that shit because I don't want to keep ruining you people who love these celebrities. I don't want to keep shattering y'all people's brains about what's really going on behind the screen. It's called television, which means tell them what we want you to vision. Don't none of these people on TV is real. They all reading a script. It's all made up. It's all somebody else's words being told to them. and giving them what to say. Everything you see is purposely put on there for a reason. So believe it if you want to, but follow who you choose to. But best believe everybody that's on that TV is lying to you. And that's the Booster Tech Show. Tycoon will be having another puffin party coming up soon. Y'all come through, come and catch it. Creeper Knievel got a conundrum coming up that he has to give it to you, and he's gonna be there giving you a conundrum. Lady Lex will have some gossip or some tea to spill on the next time. And I'm your guy, Beefy McFly, with a headache that is hitting at 7.9. I got to go because this shit is hurting right now. Peace, love, and pain pills.